Alright, welcome everyone. Gonna make us some homemade slime today. You saw the thumbnail. Gonna party like it's 2016. Real simple recipe. Plain white glue, baking soda, and contact lens solution is all it takes, supposedly. I've never done it before. We'll find out together. But looks like it's a fun little project and easy to do. I think I went with the most cheapest generic ones I could find as far as the glue and the contact lens solution went. And I had the baking soda and food coloring around, but let's say this seemed like a pretty simple thing, and this is sort of something you can sort of do at home. This is something you can try by yourself. It doesn't have any real hardcore chemicals in it like my xylene in the one of my earlier experiments. There's also a recipe with borax instead of the baking soda. I opted for this because I'm going to end up giving this to some kids, so I don't want to hand borax off to a bunch of children. Start off with 1.5 tablespoons of contact lens solution. Not saline solution, it's the contact lens solution. This has boric acid in it, which I'm assuming is the replacement for the borax in this version of the recipe. And then, let's see how much baking soda goes in this one. Half a teaspoon of baking soda, so just enough baking soda to let us know it's in there. Some's not crunchy. Alright, there we go. It says we add our food coloring in on this one, so I'm going to go. This is an old box. I think I'm going to try for the purple, but unfortunately I was noticing the pink and the purple are very similar colored on the caps, so I think this is supposed to be purple. So just a couple of drops. If I can get them to come out of the box. Okay, so maybe 3 drops. Yeah, I can see it's purple now, at least. And give me a little stick here to stir it with. Hopefully when we add that to the glue, it'll be less. Well, actually, the white glue, that ought to be okay. Nice and definitely purple. I can see it in the bubbles there. Alright, then evidently just take 4 to 6 ounce bottle of glue and pop the cap on it and dump the whole thing in there. Evidently. This is really thin glue. Maybe it's all thin, I'm just squeezing out the nozzle. Oh, I've only got half my lights on here. Hang on. Let's get a little more vibrance. Okay, let you. Get it all out. Let's see, where's my little spatula thingy here. Stuff just keeps coming out. Okay. And put that off. I'll probably need it again before the end of this video. And supposedly, we just add bold. It didn't mix real good. Let's swirl that around and get a good. Okay, supposedly we just add this together and it does its thing. It's already starting to stay together. Get the purple in real good. Get the Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, just like that, it's pretty slimy. It says to make it less slimy, you can add a pinch or two more baking soda. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit more before I do that. So, got some clusters there, so get it good and kneaded. I remember back in the 80s when the slime first came out, He-Man was the first one I remembered. They had the slime pit where you could put your little figures in and dump the slime from on top of them. Looked like green goo. Yeah. And then, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out and did a similar thing a few years later. And, of course, I think there was even some where they had you could just go buy them a little thing, you put 25 cents in, turn the handle, and it spit out a little tube with, not a tube, but a little globe of slime. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need. It's pretty good. It ain't broke, but I want it. It's staying together good. It's getting that good, nice sensation. Definitely squishy. It worked a whole lot faster than I didn't know how quick that effect took. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright. Been tearing back together again. Oh, yeah, I'm digging it. I think, let's say just a pinch more to make it a little more. Let's see what happens with just a pinch more baking soda in there. I'll mix it in. Like I said, literally just that much. Don't know what kind of reaction will cause, but we'll find out. Yeah, not nearly as oozy as the stuff I was used to, but I do like, tear it apart, goes right back together. Alright, that's cool. I'm pleased with the experiment. I think it turned out well. And pretty stretchy and teary and fun to play with. Very satisfying. Alright, set you back in there for a second. Gonna reset, because I'm also gonna try and make some glitter slime. But they only had the red, I guess that sort of purple red maybe. I guess that is more purple than red. Okay, it looked red in the store. But sort of the same recipe, but a little different. So I'll set this aside and reset for that, and we'll give that a go. Okay, a little bit different on the procedure this time. We go take our glue. No cap in this one. It's maybe in a used bottle, but that part is the same. You empty it out. Very nice. It's not being very cooperative here. And that's satisfying. Let's take most of it out. That's got a good coating on the sides of glitter, but I think most of the actual glue is out. One more little glob there. Okay, I'll cap you back up. Then we have previously got some hot tap water and dissolved our baking soda in it, which is, I lost my, two teaspoons of baking soda. It was dissolved in there. And then we take our contact lens solution and we do 3 tablespoons of that, so 6 of these guys. You can tell I got the cheap contact lens solution because the nozzle shoots off to the side. 1, 2. And I noticed when I was picking this stuff up, they do actually already have the pre-mixed slime activator, so you can buy just that stuff straight. I think it was Elmer's was the okay. And then you mix these guys up. Good, and trying to get rid of all the that's a coating of glitter there. Then you're supposed to slowly add the baking soda to try and get down to the consistency that you want. Or not consistent at all. Not getting any slime here. I don't think this is going to work. I think we've got a... It's not coalescing at all here. Okay. Now I've got all the ingredients in there, and I say it's just mixing, it's not. But what I do have is another bottle of white glue. Now I've got all the ingredients in there. In theory, this should gum up. So let's find out. Let's see if it'll grab hold of the... Yes, I can start to feel little chunks now. I think this is gonna... maybe end up with some... it's getting a little slimy now. Starting to feel, like I say, little coagulation going. Let's dump the rest of it in. Let's see. And add more baking soda. See if I can thicken it up some. I don't know if that'll do the trick or not. Like I say, this is purely off script, not following any directions at all. Let's get the rest of it in there and find out. Maybe too much contact lens solution for this stuff to grab on. I'm pretty sure I followed the directions to a T. Well, not, at the beginning anyway. We're not getting any slime. Well, I say it's a little slimy, but it's more gooey than slimy, I'd say. Take a towel. Okay, Let's just go wild with the baking soda. Let's see what happens here. Way too much baking soda, maybe. Now, okay, now that actually, yeah, I think that actually did something. I felt getting some chunkage there, so I think just gonna have to go overboard with the baking soda. Okay, so let's just go overboard with it and spread it around. I think it's a lost cause. One more big chunk of baking soda. A block came out. Let's just use that. It's wanting to go. Okay. It's trying. I can see some chunks coming up. Okay, shouldn't have used the chunks. I can still see it in there. That baking soda, or is that just a chunk of slime? I think that's just a chunk of glue. Yeah. Well, there's some. Yeah. Got the baking soda in it too. Okay. It grabbed onto the baking soda. Okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let me actually. I think what happens is the white glue is grabbing onto the baking soda and just making its own slime and ignoring the glitter glue. Because that appears to be what we're getting chunks of it, it's not consistent. Yeah, I think I'll be able to pull the chunks of glitter glue out, or the chunks of the white glue out, but not the glitter glue. Okay, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happened. It's just grabbed onto the white, whatever the chemical reaction is. It just grabbed the white glue and ignored the rest of it. So let's throw a bit of blue in there. Yeah, maybe 3 drops. See what happens now. Other me getting food coloring on my fingers. Yeah, well, there is glitter mixed in with there. Well, only one way to find out what's going to happen. Let's plop it out on the desk here. Okay. Okay, so we got some glitter, we got some chunky glue, and got some blue water, although not really water. Okay. Is it gonna do anything? I think it's. Maybe I just need to mix it more. Maybe that's my. Yeah, it's. I get some of the water out of it, man. The moisture, I guess, is not really water. Definitely don't want to drink it. Okay. comes apart, goes together. Yeah, I think there's just too. I think I need to adjust the initial contact lens solution. I think was probably the issue. I think that might have been my problem. I think I put too much in there because that was a smaller bottle. That bottle wasn't full, so that's probably only maybe 3.5 ounces. The recipe was for the 6, I think. So yeah, I probably could have cut that in half, but it's still got some glittery cotton candy looking glue stuff going here. Let's keep squeezing. Yeah, it's getting more handleable as we go. Not quite as... I think got something out of it at least. Not quite as interesting as our first batch. Should have led with this one, I guess. But there you go. And it's still, I think, technically slime. Like I said, this one, not to me, is not quite as satisfying as the other one. A little more. I think as long as I keep squeezing the liquid out, it seems to be getting a little better. Lost a piece of slime on one of them. Of course, I get to have sparkly fingers for my other build tonight, it looks like. My experience is glitter doesn't go away. Still get the, yeah. I'll say this one, it's very, still feels, it's an interesting consistency, but it's definitely not slime. It's more, I don't know, maybe cheesy. But an interesting result nonetheless. Get some cool patterns on the inside of it there. Stretch a little bit before it tears, but then of course it goes back together. Sort of, kind of. Yeah, I think drying it out a little bit more, I think I might salvage something more out of this and sort of start from the beginning. But that, and let me grind that other one right quick. Now this stuff really turned out good. It's really doing a good ooze. So if you're gonna make it, that's the way to go. Maybe you have to use maybe the borax would work better with the glitter glue. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about this stuff to know what I did right or wrong there. But that's my experiment for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Come back in a couple weeks. We'll figure something else out to do.